listen to me carefully. Your heart is not a playground, it's a treasure. And if you don't protect it, the wrong person will break it before the right one can cherish it. Today, I want to talk about something that can shape your entire destiny. Who you give your love to. Because if you let the wrong one in, it can set you back for years. But if you choose wisely, it can take you to places you never imagined. So let's talk about it. Girls, be careful in your love. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It has the ability to heal, to restore, to uplift, and to bring unimaginable joy. But love is also something that must be handled with wisdom, because if it falls into the wrong hands, it can bring pain, confusion, and regret. Love is like fire. It can warm your heart or burn you completely depending on how you manage it. You wouldn't hand a matchstick to a reckless child, would you? Then why hand your heart to someone who hasn't proven they know how to cherish it? Think about a diamond. A jeweler doesn't just leave it lying around for anyone to grab. It's kept safe, protected, displayed only to those who truly understand its worth. Why? Because it's valuable. Ladies, you are that diamond. You were not created to be tossed around, used and abandoned. You were created to shine, to be valued, to be cherished. But if you hand yourself over to the wrong person without discernment, you may find yourself being treated like a worthless stone instead of the rare jewel that you are. Every day we see people rushing into relationships, throwing their hearts at someone simply because they feel a spark, a moment of attention, a sweet word that melts them. But emotions are not enough to trust someone with your heart. A moment of kindness doesn't mean a lifetime of love. The way a person treats you when they want you is not the same as how they will treat you when they have you. Some people chase you only for the thrill of the catch, but once they have you, their effort fades. That's why you must guard your love, because not everyone who desires you deserves you. Imagine you have a beautiful brand new car. Would you hand the keys to someone who doesn't have a license? Someone who has crashed every car they've ever driven? No, because they will wreck it. But so many women give their hearts away to men who have a history of breaking others. He broke her, he broke the one before her, and now he's promising you the world. Do you really think he will suddenly change? A track record doesn't lie. Pay attention. If a man has never valued love before, he will not suddenly know how to value yours. Guard your love. In life, you will meet two kinds of people. Those who bring out the best in you and those who bring out the worst. A real relationship should make you feel safe, secure, and respected. It should not make you anxious, constantly second-guessing yourself, wondering why he doesn't call, why he ignores you, why he treats you well one day and cold the next. That is not love. That is emotional manipulation. A man who truly loves you will never leave you questioning whether he does. You won't have to wonder where you stand, because real love stands firm. Love is powerful because it can either build you up or break you down. If you choose wisely, it can elevate your life, bring joy, and create a bond that makes you stronger. But if you choose recklessly, it can drain you, take your peace, and leave you doubting your own worth. That is why love must be guarded. Not every hand that reaches for your heart has the ability to hold it with care. Some people will take your love, squeeze everything out of it, and then walk away as if you never mattered. That's why you must be wise. Imagine you are carrying a glass of water, walking through a crowd. If you're not careful, someone can bump into you and spill it all over. That's what happens when you're careless with your love. You give, you pour, you sacrifice, and before you know it, you're left empty while they walk away full. Love should never leave you empty. It should fill you, uplift you, strengthen you. If you find yourself always pouring into someone who never pours back, it's a sign that you're giving to the wrong person. Love should be mutual. There's a reason banks don't just give loans to anybody. They check your credit history, your financial stability, your past spending habits. Because they know if they give money to the wrong person, they may never get it back. But when it comes to love, why do we not have the same caution? Why do we not check a person's history, their patterns, their character? If a man has lied to every woman before you, what makes you think you will be different? If he has never been faithful before, what makes you think he will suddenly change? Love should not be given blindly. Love should be guarded with wisdom. Think about your phone. You don't just let anyone access it. You have a password, security features, because you know that some things are private, some things are valuable. Your heart is worth more than any phone, yet so many give it away without thinking. Protect your heart the way you protect everything else that is valuable to you. Don't let just anyone in. A real man will respect your boundaries, honor your love, and prove he is worthy of it. A relationship should never feel like a burden. It should never feel like a battle where you are the only one fighting to keep it together. When love is right, it will not drain you, it will inspire you. If someone truly loves you, they will show it in their actions, not just their words. A man who truly loves you will not leave you in confusion. He will make it clear where you stand. So guard your love, choose wisely, because who you give your heart to will either be your greatest blessing or your greatest lesson. Love is beautiful, but it should never come at the cost of your peace. It should never leave you feeling exhausted, anxious, or like you're walking on eggshells just to keep someone happy. The right love will bring you joy, not chaos. It will bring you clarity, not confusion. If you find yourself constantly sacrificing your peace just to keep a relationship alive, then it's not love, it's emotional warfare. Love should feel like home, not a battlefield. Think about a house. When you walk into your home, you should feel safe, protected, at ease. You can be yourself without fear. Now imagine if your home was constantly full of noise, full of stress, full of people arguing, doors slamming, tension in every corner. Would you want to live there? Would you be able to rest? No. Because the very place that should give you peace is now the source of your pain. That's what happens when you stay in a love that steals your peace. Instead of being a source of joy, it becomes the thing that drains you the most. Some people mistake love for struggle. They think if they suffer enough, cry enough, fight enough, one day the relationship will magically turn into something beautiful. But real love does not require endless suffering to prove itself. You don't have to lose yourself to keep someone else. You don't have to shrink your feelings, silence your needs, or pretend to be happy when you're not. If a relationship forces you to suppress your emotions just to keep the peace, that's not peace, that's emotional suffocation. Imagine you have a job that pays well, but every day you come home mentally drained, physically exhausted, and spiritually empty. The money is good, but your peace is gone. Would you stay? Would you tell yourself, well, at least I have a job, even though it's destroying you? No amount of money is worth your mental well-being. And in the same way, no relationship is worth it if it constantly robs you of your peace. Love should not feel like a job where you are overworked, underappreciated, and left with nothing for yourself. There is a difference between compromise and losing yourself. Every relationship requires effort, but it should never demand that you give up your happiness, your self-respect, or your inner peace. If someone truly loves you, they will protect your peace, not destroy it. They will value your happiness just as much as their own. But if you find yourself always sacrificing, always adjusting, always bending over backward just to keep someone from leaving, you are not in love, you are in emotional captivity. Think about your phone. When the battery is low, what do? You plug it in, you recharge it. But what if you had a charger that only drained the battery instead of filling it? What if every time you plugged it in, it got worse instead of better? You would throw that charger away because it's useless. Yet so many people stay in relationships that drain them every single day. They keep plugging in, hoping to feel better, but all they get is more exhaustion, more stress, more disappointment. Love should recharge you, not deplete you. Have you ever been in a room that's too noisy, too crowded, too chaotic? You can't focus, you can't breathe, you can't think. That's how a toxic relationship feels. It drowns out your peace, fills your mind with noise, and leaves you feeling overwhelmed. But the right love, it's like walking into a peaceful, quiet garden after being in a storm. It allows you to breathe, to rest, to feel at ease. If love is constantly making you feel restless, then it's not love. It's just noise, pretending to be love. Imagine a beautiful river, calm and flowing smoothly. Now imagine someone throwing rocks into it, disturbing the water, creating ripples, waves, and chaos. That's what happens when you allow the wrong person into your life. Your heart was once calm, steady, at peace. But now every time they say something hurtful, every time they ignore you, every time they make you feel less than enough, they throw another rock into your peace. Over time, the river is no longer calm. It's wild, unpredictable, and full of disturbance. Love should never make you feel like you are drowning in chaos. Some people will demand all your energy but give you nothing in return. They will expect you to always be there, always listen, always fix things, but when it's your turn to need support, they disappear. That is not love. That is selfishness disguised as affection. Love is a two-way street. If you are the only one making an effort, the only one sacrificing, the only one trying to keep things together, then what you have is not a relationship, it's a burden. And your peace should never be sacrificed for a one-sided love. You deserve a love that lets you sleep peacefully at night, not one that keeps you up wondering where you stand. You deserve a love that makes you feel safe, not one that fills you with anxiety. The right person will never ask you to destroy yourself just to be with them. They will never ask you to give up your peace, your happiness, your self-worth, just to fit into their world. Because real love does not require you to suffer first before you can be happy. Words are easy to say, promises are effortless to make, but without action, they are nothing more than empty echoes in the wind. Sweet words can be like sugar, delicious in the moment, but if consumed without substance, they lead to decay. Too many people fall for beautifully spoken lies, mistaking them for love. A person can tell you they love you 1,000 times, but if their actions don't prove it, those words mean nothing. Imagine someone handing you a beautifully wrapped gift box. The wrapping is perfect, the ribbon tied neatly, and it looks expensive. You open it with excitement, expecting something valuable inside, only to find it empty. That's what empty words are like. Beautiful on the outside, but hollow on the inside. Someone can tell you, you mean the world to me, but if they never show up when you need them, if they never support you, if they constantly hurt you and then cover it with sweet apologies, those words are just wrapping paper on an empty box. People can say anything. They can tell you they'll never hurt you, that they'll always be there, that they see a future with you. But what do their actions say? Do they show up when you need them? Do they keep their promises? Do they make an effort to make you feel valued? Or do they disappear when things get difficult, only to return when it's convenient for them? Love is not spoken, it is shown. Think of a tree. A tree does not talk, yet it provides shade, bears fruit, and stands strong through storms. It does not need to say, I will protect you, because its presence already does. The same is true for real love. A person who truly cares will not need to say, I love you every 5 minutes to convince you. Their actions will make you feel loved without words. But someone who only speaks love without showing it is like a tree that promises shade but provides none. It is useless. How many times have you heard someone say, I'll change, only to repeat the same mistakes? How many times has someone said, I'm sorry, but never corrected their behavior? Apologies without change are just manipulation. If someone truly means their words, they will back them up with action. Saying, I love you, while treating you like an option is not love. Saying, I'll be there and then vanishing when you need them most is not love. Saying, you're the best thing that ever happened to me while constantly making you question your worth is not love. Think about a bridge. A real bridge is built to carry weight. It stands firm even when heavy loads pass over it. But imagine a bridge that looks strong but collapses the moment you try to cross it. That's what a person with empty words is like. They give you hope, they make you believe you can rely on them, but when you need them the most, they crumble. Some people will shower you with compliments just to get what they want. They will say all the right things to make you trust them. But their goal is not to love you, it's to control you. Be careful of people who always know the right words but never show the right actions. A man can say, you're the most beautiful woman in the world, but if he constantly disrespects you, ignores your feelings, or makes you feel unimportant, his words are a lie. A woman can say, you're the only one I want, but if she keeps entertaining others behind your back, her words mean nothing. Love is not just about what someone says when they are happy. It's about how they treat you when things get hard. Imagine a bird that sings the most beautiful song. It sings to you every morning, filling the air with melodies that make you feel special. But one day, when you need comfort, when you are struggling, when you need warmth, you reach for that bird and it flies away. The song was beautiful, but it did nothing for you in the moments you needed real love. That's how empty words work. They sound sweet, they give temporary joy, but when real life happens, they disappear. A person who truly loves you will not only speak love, they will show it through their actions, their consistency, and their effort. Love is not about grand promises. It's about small, everyday choices. If someone says, you mean everything to me, but never makes time for you, their words are just noise. If someone says, I'll never hurt you, but keeps repeating the same painful behaviors, their words are just illusions. Love is not proven in the easy moments, it is proven in the difficult ones. Trust actions, not words. A person's true character is not revealed by what they say, but by what they do when no one is watching. The right person will not need to convince you with words. You will see their love in everything they do. A queen never begs to be chosen. A diamond never pleads to be valued. You are the prize, and the moment you start acting like it, the world will adjust to treat you as such. The problem is, too many people forget their worth. They chase love, they lower their standards, they settle for less than they deserve, all because they fail to see the power within themselves. But hear this, a woman who knows her worth is unstoppable. Imagine walking into a high-end jewelry store. The diamonds are displayed behind glass, protected, admired, and only available to those who truly appreciate their value. But what if you saw a diamond tossed into a bargain bin, mixed with cheap stones, begging to be picked? Would you still believe it holds the same worth? That's exactly what happens when you don't recognize yourself as the prize. The moment you start acting desperate for love, chasing people who don't deserve you, or lowering your standards to be accepted, you devalue yourself. The most expensive brands in the world never go on sale. They don't beg people to buy them. They don't adjust their prices to fit someone's budget. If you want them, you must rise to their level. The same goes for you. You should never shrink yourself to fit into someone's life. You should never dull your shine just to make others comfortable. The right person will see your worth without you having to convince them. Think about a queen sitting on her throne. She does not chase after people to prove she is worthy. She does not beg to be noticed. She knows who she is. She walks with confidence. She speaks with power. And because of that, people are drawn to her. They respect her. They rise to her standards. That's the energy you need to carry. The moment you start acting like you are the prize, you will notice a shift in how people treat you. Those who only wanted to take advantage of you will fall away. Those who truly appreciate you will step up. There is nothing wrong with having high standards. Some people will tell you to settle, to lower your expectations, to be realistic. But let me ask you, would a luxury car lower its quality just because some people can't afford it? No. The value remains, and those who truly want it will work hard to earn it. You must have the same mindset. The right person will see your worth without needing a discount. Look at the sun. It shines brightly every single day. It does not dim itself just because some people prefer the shade. It does not beg people to admire it. It simply shines, and because of that, it gives life to everything around it. Be like the sun. Shine regardless of who notices. Keep your standards high. Not because you're waiting for approval, but because you know you deserve the best. A woman who knows she is the prize does not tolerate half-hearted love. She does not waste time on people who don't see her value. She does not beg for attention because she understands that true love should never require desperation. If someone cannot see your worth, that is their loss, not yours. You must walk with the confidence that says, I know who I am, and I refuse to accept anything less than what I deserve. Imagine two people walking into a restaurant. One person sits at the finest table, orders what they want, and expects to be served with quality and respect. The other person begs the waiter for leftovers, hoping to be given whatever is left at the end of the night. Which one do you think leaves the restaurant satisfied? The one who knew their worth and demanded it. This is how love works. If you accept whatever is given to you, you will always be left hungry for more. But if you stand firm and demand the love and respect you deserve, you will always be fulfilled. Some people will try to make you feel like you're asking for too much. But you must understand, those who complain about your standards are the ones who cannot meet them. A man who truly values you will not be intimidated by your worth, he will rise to meet it. A person who genuinely loves you will not ask you to settle, they will be grateful that you have chosen them. Love should never require you to shrink, to beg, or to compromise your happiness. Picture a red carpet event. Celebrities walk with confidence, knowing they belong there. They don't stop to convince people they are important. They don't hesitate before stepping forward. They carry themselves with an energy that says, I deserve to be here. That's exactly how you should move in your own life. Walk with the certainty that you are valuable. Speak with the confidence that you deserve love and respect. Carry yourself with the energy of someone who does not need to beg, chase, or settle. There is nothing more powerful than a woman who knows she is the prize. She does not wait to be chosen, she chooses. She does not cry over people who do not see her value, she walks away. She does not lower her standards to fit someone's expectations. She stands firm, knowing that the right person will appreciate her for exactly who she is. If a man truly loves you, he will respect your boundaries. Not just the ones you say out loud, but the ones you hold deep in your heart. The lines that protect your peace, your self-respect, and your well-being. Love without respect is not love, it is control. It is manipulation. It is convenience disguised as affection. A real man, a man worthy of your heart, will never make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. Think about a house with a strong gate. That gate isn't there to keep love out. It's there to ensure that only those who are worthy, those who have good intentions, are allowed inside. Your boundaries work the same way. A man who truly cares about you will see those boundaries and respect them, not try to climb over them, break them down, or make you feel like you're asking for too much. The one who loves you will knock at the gate with patience, with understanding, and with the willingness to earn your trust. A woman's heart is not a playground, it is a sanctuary. And the man who deserves a place in your life will not stomp through it carelessly. He will not test how far he can push you before you break. He will not dismiss your feelings just because they make things inconvenient for him. Instead, he will listen when you say no. He will honor your limits, not because he has to, but because he values you enough to do so. Too often, people mistake pressure for passion. A man who rushes you, who makes you feel bad for taking your time, who questions why you need space, is not a man who loves you. He is a man who loves what you can give him. There is a difference. Love does not rush, love does not push, love does not cross lines to get what it wants. It waits, it respects, it protects. Imagine a woman standing on the shore of a vast ocean. She is beautiful, powerful, and filled with depth. A true man, a man of honor, will admire the ocean from the shore, appreciating its beauty, respecting its power, waiting for the waves to invite him in. But a selfish man will not wait. He will throw himself into the water, force himself into spaces he was never invited. And when the waves push him back, he will blame the ocean for being too strong. Never let a man convince you that you are wrong for having boundaries. The right man will honor them, not fight them. Have you ever seen a person handle a delicate flower? A true gardener does not rip petals apart to see what's inside. He does not crush the flower in his hands to prove he can hold it. He tends to it gently, knowing that beauty must be nurtured, not forced. That is exactly how a man should handle your heart. If he loves you, he will never put you in situations where you feel unsafe, unheard, or unvalued. He will not ask you to change your principles just to make him comfortable. He will not test your patience by seeing how much he can get away with. He will cherish you the way you deserve. Some men will try to convince you that boundaries mean you don't trust them. But let me tell you something. Trust is not given freely, it is earned. And a man who truly loves you will understand that. He will not complain about the process, he will respect it. He will not demand access to your heart without first proving he can handle it with care. Look at the most valuable treasures in the world. Are they left out in the open for just anyone to take? No. They are protected, guarded, because they are worth too much to be handled carelessly. You are no different. Your love, your time, your energy, they are treasures, and not everyone deserves access to them. A man who truly loves you will see your value and will never try to take what he has not earned. A woman who knows her worth does not bend her boundaries for anyone. She does not say yes when her heart screams no. She does not stay silent when something makes her uncomfortable. She does not fear losing someone who does not respect her. She stands firm, knowing that the right man will love her for her strength, not resent her for it. Think of a locked door. Some men will knock and wait. Others will try to pick the lock, force their way in, or make you feel guilty for keeping the door closed. But the man who truly loves you will wait for you to open it. He will stand outside with patience, proving with his actions, not just his words, that he is worthy of entering. That is the kind of love you deserve. The kind that does not force, does not rush, does not make you question your own worth. The one who loves you will never make you feel guilty for protecting yourself. He will not tell you that you are too much, too difficult, or too guarded. He will not make you feel small just so he can feel bigger. Instead, he will stand beside you, respecting the woman you are, and honoring the boundaries that keep your heart whole. When someone shows you their true colors, believe them. Not the version of them you created in your mind, not the potential you see, not the words they say to cover up their actions. Believe what they show you. People can wear masks. They can speak sweetly, they can promise the world, but sooner or later, their true nature always comes through. And when it does, Your job is not to repaint them in a color that makes you feel comfortable. Your job is to accept the reality staring you in the face. Think about fire. It is beautiful, mesmerizing, warm, but it is also destructive. You don't put your hand into a flame and expect it not to burn you just because it looks inviting. Yet so many people ignore the signs of who someone truly is, thinking they will be the exception, thinking they can handle the heat. But just like fire, a person's nature does not change just because you love them. If someone shows you that they are careless with your feelings, believe them. If they show you that they lack integrity, believe them. If they show you that they are capable of betrayal, don't wait for them to do it twice before you understand who they really are. People will often reveal themselves in the small things before they ever do in the big things. A person who lies about little things will lie about big things. A person who disrespects others when they think no one is watching will eventually disrespect you. A person who talks badly about their ex will one day talk badly about you. The clues are always there. You just have to be willing to see them. A woman once loved a man who always made excuses. He was charming, he was passionate, he knew exactly what to say to make her stay. But when she needed him the most, he was nowhere to be found. Again and again, he showed her who he was. Unreliable, selfish, absent. But she kept telling herself, he didn't mean it. He was just busy. He will change. She repainted his true colors with the colors she wanted to see. And in the end, she wasn't heartbroken because he changed. She was heartbroken because he remained exactly who he had always been. A person's true nature does not hide forever. It may take weeks, months, even years, but eventually the mask slips. And when it does, you have a choice. Accept the truth or live in denial. Too many people choose denial because the truth is uncomfortable. They don't want to believe that someone they loved, someone they trusted, was never who they thought they were. But let me tell you something. Choosing to see the truth will always save you from deeper pain in the future. Think about a snake. If a snake bites you once, you don't go back and pick it up hoping it will be different the second time. You don't tell yourself, maybe this time it will act like a puppy. No, you believe it is a snake because that is what it has shown you to be. So why do we give people so many chances to prove us wrong when they've already proven us right? When someone shows you that they don't respect you, believe them. When someone shows you that they are untrustworthy, believe them. When someone shows you that they only love you when it's convenient, believe them. A wise woman once said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." The first time someone disrespects you, hurts you, betrays you, it's on them. But the second time, that's on you, because you saw who they were and you still let them back in. People will treat you exactly how you allow them to. If you ignore the warning signs, if you excuse bad behavior, if you convince yourself that love can change someone, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Love does not change people. Self-awareness does. Accountability does. A desire to grow does. But if someone is comfortable being who they are, no amount of your love will make them different. There was a woman who had a friend she trusted with her deepest secrets. But time and time again, she found out that her friend was speaking behind her back. Each time the friend apologized. Each time she swore it wouldn't happen again, but it did. And instead of walking away, the woman kept giving her another chance. She wanted to believe in their friendship more than she believed in the truth. Until one day, she realized she wasn't hurt because her friend betrayed her. She was hurt because she betrayed herself by ignoring what was right in front of her. People's actions will always speak louder than their words. Someone who truly respects you will never put themselves in a position to lose you. Someone who truly values you will never take your love for granted. Someone who truly cares about you will not ask for endless chances to prove they are worthy. They will show you from the start. And if they don't, they never intended to. You don't have to wait for someone to hurt you twice before you believe what they are capable of. The first time should be enough. The first lie, the first betrayal, the first moment you feel deep in your gut that something isn't right, that is your warning. That is your moment to decide if you will listen to your intuition or if you will let your heart lead you into unnecessary pain. A diamond does not argue with someone who cannot see its value. A queen does not beg someone to treat her like royalty. And a strong woman does not need multiple betrayals to know when someone is unworthy of her trust. When someone shows you their true colors, do not try to repaint them. Do not tell yourself that love will make them different. Do not let loneliness convince you to stay where you do not belong. Believe them the first time and save yourself from learning the hard way. A man who truly loves you will add value to your life. He will not take from you, drain your energy, or leave you questioning your worth. Love is not just about emotions, it's about elevation. If a man enters your life and your peace decreases, your self-esteem crumbles, your dreams become smaller, and your joy fades, then my dear, that is not love. That is a distraction, a detour, a lesson you need to learn before you find the one who truly values you. A man who loves you will bring more to the table than just sweet words and temporary attention. He will bring stability, emotional support, and encouragement. Imagine a garden. When a gardener truly cares, he nurtures the soil, he waters the plants, he ensures that everything is growing beautifully. But when someone doesn't care, they either neglect the garden until it withers, or they trample over it, damaging everything in their path. A man who truly loves you will be like the nurturing gardener. He will help you grow, not make you shrink. There was once a woman who fell for a man who spoke like poetry. Every word out of his mouth was charming, smooth, perfect. But when she needed him, he was missing. When she shared her dreams, he laughed them off. When she was struggling, he made her feel like a burden. And yet she kept telling herself, but he says he loves me. Let me tell you something. Love is not just in what a man says. Think of the strongest women in history. They did not rise because they begged a man to see their worth. They did not glow because they stayed in relationships that drained them. No, they flourished because they surrounded themselves with people who fueled their fire, not those who extinguished it. A true partner will not just admire your light. He will protect it. He will make it shine even brighter. He will see your ambition and say, how can I help you reach that? He will see your struggles and say, how can I support you? That is what love looks like. A man's presence in your life should bring peace, not confusion. If he truly loves you, he will not make you feel like you are hard to love. You will not have to chase after his attention, beg for his time, or lower your standards to keep him. He will show up consistently, not just when it's convenient. Think about the sun. It rises every morning without being asked, without being begged. That is how love should feel. Constant, steady, and sure. A woman once told me she spent years with a man who made her feel small. Every time she wanted to do something for herself, he discouraged her. When she was excited about a new opportunity, he would find a way to make her doubt herself. And yet, she stayed, because she believed love meant sacrifice. But listen to me carefully. Real love does not require you to shrink yourself. Real love does not make you feel like you are too much. The right man will never dim your light because he is intimidated by your shine. He will stand beside you, proud, encouraging, and secure enough to celebrate your success. The man you choose to love will play a role in shaping your future. If you align yourself with someone who sees your value, who respects your journey, and who lifts you up, your life will multiply in blessings. But if you settle for someone who only takes from you, who only loves you when it's convenient, who only claps for you when it benefits him, you will find yourself stuck in a cycle of pain. Love should not feel like a battle where you are constantly proving your worth. The right man will already see it. Have you ever seen an eagle soar? It does not fly with pigeons. It does not lower itself to be understood by those who do not belong in its altitude. That is how a strong woman must be. If a man truly loves you, he will rise to meet you at your level. He will not ask you to come down. He will not expect you to dull your intelligence, silence your voice, or compromise your self-respect to make him feel more comfortable. Love should make you feel empowered, not imprisoned. A man who truly loves you will invest in you, not just with gifts or grand gestures, but with time, effort, and care. He will be there in the small moments, the hard days, the times when you don't feel strong. He will listen, he will understand, he will stand by you. Love is not just about presence, it is about impact. If a man walks into your life and his presence does not inspire you to become better, to dream bigger, to love yourself deeper, then what exactly is he bringing to the table? A relationship should be a partnership, not a prison. The right man will not make you feel like you have to give up parts of yourself to keep him. He will remind you of who you are when you forget. He will speak life into you, not drain it out of you. And most importantly, he will never see your strength as a threat. He will see it as a gift. Because a man who truly loves you knows that a strong woman is not something to control, but something to cherish. Too many people fall in love with potential. They see a man for who he could be, not for who he actually is. They say he has so much promise, or one day he'll change. But let me ask you something. If he never changes, if he never grows, if he never reaches that potential, will you still be happy? Will you still feel fulfilled? Because the truth is, love should not be built on hopes and what ifs. Love should be built on reality, on what is happening right now. A woman once told me she stayed in a relationship for 6 years because she believed in his potential. She saw glimpses of greatness in him. She knew he was smart, she knew he was capable, but he never put in the work. She kept waiting, hoping, investing in a future that never came. She believed in him more than he believed in himself. And while she spent years waiting for him to step up, she lost sight of her own dreams, her own happiness, her own time. Let me tell you something. Time is the one thing you never get back. Don't waste it waiting on someone to become the person they should have already been. Potential is tricky because it gives you just enough hope to keep you holding on. He says the right things, he makes just enough effort to keep you believing, but a man's words don't build a future. His actions do. Stop falling in love with what a man could be and start looking at what he is right now. Is he responsible? Does he keep his promises? Does he treat you with respect? Does he have a vision for his life? And is he actively working towards it? Because if the answer is no, then you are not in love with a man, you're in love with a dream. Think about it this way. If you walked into a restaurant and ordered a meal, but instead of serving you food, they gave you a picture of what the food could look like, would you be satisfied? No, because a picture is not a meal and potential is not a partner. You deserve someone who is ready to love you, not someone who might be ready someday. You deserve a man who is already standing in his greatness, not one you have to push, pull and beg to step up. A queen does not build a kingdom with a man who only talks about castles. She builds with a man who is already laying the bricks, already making moves, already showing through his life that he is ready for something real. You are not a rehab center for an unmotivated man. You are not a teacher for someone who refuses to learn. And you are not a waiting room for someone who is unsure if they are ready for commitment. A man's potential means nothing if he is not willing to work for it. You cannot love a man into being better. You cannot pour your energy into someone who won't even lift a finger for himself. That is not your job. Your job is to find someone who is already working, already growing, already striving to be the best version of himself without needing you to hold his hand and push him every step of the way. I have seen too many women lower their standards for a man who just needs time. I've seen women make excuses for inconsistency, for disrespect, for laziness, all because they believe he will change one day. Let me tell you something. One day is not a promise. One day is not a commitment. If he is not treating you right today, if he is not consistent today, if he is not working towards something meaningful today, then why are you betting your future on a possibility? Love should not feel like a project. Love should not feel like you are dragging someone towards greatness. Love should be two whole people coming together, not one person trying to fix the other. A real man, a ready man, will show you through his actions that he is prepared for love. He will not play games. He will not make you question where you stand. He will not leave you wondering if he will ever step up. Because a man who is truly ready will show you, not tell you, that he is prepared for commitment. Think about the strongest women you admire. Do you think they got to where they are by settling for men who only had potential? No. They found partners who could match their energy, who could build with them, who could walk beside them, not behind them. And that is what you deserve. A man who does not just promise but delivers. A man who does not just dream but executes. A man who does not just have potential but has results. There is nothing wrong with seeing the best in someone, but there is everything wrong with lowering your standards while waiting for them to step up. The right man for you will not need to be convinced, coached, or saved. He will already be doing the work. He will already be in the process of becoming better. He will already be making moves in his life, not just talking about them. Because love is not about seeing someone's potential. It is about recognizing their reality and choosing whether or not that reality aligns with yours. There are moments in life when you feel like your heart is breaking, like the very thing you prayed for is slipping through your fingers. You ask, why, God? Why would you bring this person into my life just to take them away? But what if I told you that what you see as rejection is actually protection? What if I told you that God is not taking something from you, but making space for something better? We live in a world that tells us to chase, to hold on, to fight for love, no matter what. But sometimes, the greatest act of faith is letting go. You see, when God closes a door, it's not because He wants to hurt you, it's because He has a door that leads to something greater. But the problem is, too many people are so focused on the closed door that they miss the one that's already open. A woman once told me she had been in a relationship for years with a man she thought she would marry. She ignored the red flags, the emotional distance, the fact that deep down she knew something wasn't right. She stayed because she was afraid. Afraid that if she let go, there would be nothing better. Afraid that if she walked away, she would end up alone. And that's how so many of us live. We hold on to relationships not because they are good for us, but because we are scared of what's on the other side. But let me tell you something. God never takes without the intention to give. He never removes without the intention to replace with something greater. If that relationship ended, if that person walked away, if that door slammed shut, it was for a reason. And I know it hurts. I know it doesn't always make sense. But trust me, the same God who created the stars, the same God who moves mountains, the same God who knows every hair on your head, He knows what He's doing. And if He took something away, it's because it wasn't meant for you. Imagine a little girl holding on to an old, tattered teddy bear. She's gripping it so tightly because it's all she's ever known. But what she doesn't see is that her father is standing in front of her, holding a brand new, bigger, softer teddy bear. All she has to do is let go. And that's exactly how God works. He is standing before you, holding something greater, but He's waiting for you to release what was never meant to last. Some of you are crying over a relationship that ended, but if you only knew what God has in store for you, you'd be rejoicing, you'd be praising Him because He just saved you from years of heartbreak. You'll be thanking Him because He just cleared the way for something that will nourish your soul instead of draining it. The problem is we think we know better than God. We think we have the perfect timeline. We think I should be married by now. I should have met my soulmate by now. But listen to me. Delay is not denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen. It means God is still preparing the blessing, and more importantly, He is still preparing you. Because sometimes we are asking for a love we are not yet ready to receive. You don't want a love that comes before its time. You don't want a love that you have to force, that you have to beg for, that you have to constantly question. You want a love that is God ordained, a love that flows effortlessly, a love that is meant. And if that means waiting a little longer, then so be it. Because I promise you, when God finally reveals the one, you will understand why He made you wait. You will understand why He closed every other door. You will understand why He let those people walk away. Think about the greatest blessings in your life right now. Did they come when you wanted, or did they come when you were ready? God's timing is not always convenient, but it is always perfect. And if you trust Him, if you surrender your plans to Him, He will give you something so much better than you could have ever imagined. A real love story is not written by desperation. It is not written by settling for less. It is written by faith. And faith means believing even when you cannot see. Faith means trusting even when it doesn't make sense. Faith means letting go of what you think is best so that God can give you what He knows is best. So stop chasing what God has removed. Stop crying over what was never meant to stay. Stop trying to rewrite a story that God has already edited. Lift your head, dry your tears, keep your heart open. Because when God finally reveals what He has been preparing for you, you will look back and say, now I see, now I understand.